So this is BP 220, Rule 3, Section 8. Section 8, Building Design Standards and Guidelines. Projects incorporation housing components shall comply with the following design standards and guidelines. So a while ago, it's more on the lot design and standards and guidelines. Section 8 is the building design standards and guidelines. A. Single family dwelling. 1. Height limitation. Maximum number of stories is 2. 2. Unit planning. A. Access to the property. Direct access to the single-family dwelling shall be provided by means of an abutting public street, alley, or pathway. B. Access to the dwelling unit. An independent means of access to the dwelling unit shall be provided without trespassing adjoining properties. Acceptable means of access to the rear yard of the dwelling unit shall be provided without passing through any other dwelling unit or any other yard. C. Open space requirements. Open spaces shall be located totally or distributed anywhere within the lot in such a manner as to provide maximum light and ventilation into the building. So Table 6, Private Open Space Requirement. So the percentage of open space inside the lot for sale. There is 3 columns in this table. The first column is the type of lot. The second column is residential. And the third column is all others. Okay, so A, interior lot, located in the interior of a block made accessible or alley by means of a private access road. So 50% of that interior lot should be open space for residential lot. For all other lot, there should be 25% of open space. Inside lot, non-corner or single frontage lot. 20% allocated for open space for residential lot and 15% for all other. C. Corner and or through lot, 10% and 15% for others. D. Lots bounded on the 3 or more sides by public open spaces such as street, easement, or seashores, rivers, esteros, etc. 5% for both residential and all other properties. D. Sizes and dimensions of courts and yards. The minimum horizontal dimension of courts and yards shall be not less than 2 meters. All inner court shall be connected to a street of yard, either by a passageway with a minimum width of 1.2 meters or by a door through a room or rooms. Every court shall have a width of not less than 2 meters for 1- and 2-story buildings. However, this may be reduced to not less than 1.5 meters in cluster living units such as quadruplexes, row houses, and the like, 1 or 2 stories in height with adjacent courts with an area of not less than 3 square meters. Okay, so, this is very specific. Provided further that the separation walls or fences, if any, shall be not higher than 2 meters, irregularly shaped lots such as triangular lots and the like, whose courts may be also triangular in shape, may be exempted from having a minimum width of 2 meters, provided that no side thereof shall be less than 3 meters. Okay, E. Abutments. Abutments may be permitted on all sides provided that A. A firewall starting from the ground level and extending at least 0.3 meters from the roofline is constructed. B. There shall be no opening on the party firewall. C. The firewall shall have a minimum of 1 R fire resistive rating. 3. Building design standards. A. Space standards. Spaces within the dwelling structure shall be distributed in an economical, efficient, and practical manner so as to afford the maximum living comfort and convenience and to ensure health and safety among the occupants. It shall provide complete living facilities for one family, including provisions for living, sleeping, laundry, cooking, eating, bathing, and toilet facilities. Tasya. B. Floor area requirement. The minimum floor area requirement for single-family dwelling shall be 20 square meters. C. Ceiling height. Minimum ceiling height for habitable measured from the finished floor line to the ceiling line. Where ceilings are not provided, a minimum headroom clearance of 2 meters shall be provided. 2. Mezzanine floors shall have a clear ceiling height of not less than 1.8 meters above and below it, provided that it shall not cover 50% of the area below it. D. Openings. 1. Doors. A minimum of one entrance exit shall be provided where the number of occupants is not more than 10. 2. Entrance exits where the number of occupants is greater than 10. B. Doors shall have a minimum clear height of 2 meters, except for bathroom doors and doors in the mezzanine, which shall have a minimum clear height of 1.8 meters. C. Minimum clear width shall be the following. For main door, 0.8 meters. Service door, bedroom door, 0.7 meter. Bathroom door, 0.6 meters. 2. Windows. A. Rooms for habitable use shall be provided with windows with a total free area of opening equal to at least 10% of the floor area of the room. B. Bathroom shall be provided with windows with an area not less than 1 out of 20 of its floor area. C. Required windows may open into a roof porch where the porch A. abuts a court, yard, public street, or alleys, or open water course and other public open spaces. B. Has a ceiling height of not less than 2 meters. E. Interior stairs. The stairs shall ensure structural safety for ascent and descent, even in extreme cases of emergency. It shall afford adequate headroom and space for the passage of furniture. 1. Width. Stairway shall have a minimum clear width of 0.6 meters. 2. Rise and run. Stairs shall have a maximum riser height of 0.25 meters and a minimum tread width of 0.2 meters. Stairs tread shall be exclusive of nosing and or other projection. 3. Headroom clearance. Stairs shall have a minimum headroom clearance of 2 meters. Such clearance shall be established by measuring vertically from a place parallel and tangent to the stairway tread moving to the soffit above all points. 4. Landings. Every landing shall have a dimension measured in the direction of travel equal to the width of the stairway. Maximum height between landing shall be 2.6 meters. 5. Handrails. Stairways shall have at least one handrail on one side provided there is a guard or wall on the other side. However, stairways have less than 4 risers need not have handrails, and stairs with either a guard or wall on one end need not be provided with a handrail on that end. 6. Guard and handrail details. The design of guards and handrails and hardware for attaching handrails to guards, balusters, or masonry walls shall be such that these are made safe and convenient. A. Handrails on stairs shall not be less than 0.8 meters, nor more than 1.2 meters above the upper surface of the tread, measured vertically to the top of the rail from the landing edge of the tread. B. Handrails shall be so designed as to permit continuous sliding of hands on them and shall be provided with a minimum clearance of 38 mm from the wall to which they are fastened. C. The height of guards shall be measured vertically to the top guard from the leading edge of the tread or from the floor of landings. It shall not be less than 0.8 meters and no more than 1.2 meters. Masonry walls may be used for any portion of the guards. 7. Winding and circular stairways. Winders and circular stairways may be used if the required width of run is provided at a point not more than 300 millimeters from the side of the stairway where the threads are narrower, but in no case shall any width of run be less than 150 mm at any point. The maximum variation in the height of risers and the width of threads in any one flight shall be 5 mm. 8. Ladders. The use of ladders be allowed provided that the maximum distance between landings shall be meters. F. Roofing. Roofing material that is impervious to water shall be provided. G. Electrical requirements. There shall be provided at least one light outlet and one convenience outlet per activity area. H. Fire blocks. When any two living units abut each other, a fire block shall be required, in which case the fire block shall be the masonry construction, e.g., cement hollow blocks, bricks, reinforced concrete, etc., at least 4 inches thick, and shall extend from the lowest portion of the wall adjoining the two living units up to the point just below the road covering or purlins. I. Abutments. Whenever a dwelling abuts on a property line, a firewall shall be required. The firewall shall be of masonry construction at least 4 inches thick and extend vertically from the lowest portion of the wall adjoining the living units up to a minimum height of 0.3 meters above the highest point of the roof attached to it. The firewall shall also extend horizontally up to a minimum distance of 0.3 meters beyond the outermost edge of the abutting living units. No openings whatsoever shall be allowed except when the two abutting spaces of two adjacent living units are unenclosed or partially open, like carports, terraces, patios, etc. Instead, a separation wall shall be required.